Love is the only thing that's real. The mystics and sages have been saying this to us. This is what the wisdom traditions tell us at the bottom base of everything, is that love is the only thing that's real. My question for you is, are you ready to believe it? Are you ready to embody it? Are you ready to live it? Welcome to this week's Frequency Intel, and to this download, this transmission of wisdom and gentleness and softness that is coming through for us. We're in this beautiful portal of the new moon in Pisces, and this energy is soft, it's gentle, and it's deep, it's vast, it's connected to all that is. And I've been sitting in this energy and really asking to be a clear channel for this axiom of truth, that love is all that is real. And anything else that we believe about ourselves or the world is simply an illusion. It's part of the false matrix that we've been creating in, that we've been trained to and brainwashed into believing is real, that there's limitation and lack in the world. And so as I was sitting and tapping into the frequencies, the collective consciousness and the frequencies that are here to support us, the beneficial frequencies and the non-beneficial frequencies, this came in really clearly, but I wanted to push it away. And that was the point of being shown what I was being shown, which is I was being shown this beautiful succession of taking the next step and being in harmony and alignment and congruence with our true nature. And I was also shown at the same time, so it was a little bit challenging for me to decipher what I was being shown and to pull these two energies apart. I was also at the same time being shown this cacophony, this amalgam of all of this confusion and what I was feeling and sensing into, the frequency that I was feeling and sensing into was feeling scattered, really scattered, like unable to stop the fast-paced motion picture that I was being shown and land on any one image, any one trajectory, any one awareness to be able to see it clearly. So I was seeing these two very opposing views, these two opposing energies of succession in grace and calmness and gentleness and congruence and harmony. And I was seeing this frequency of scatteredness, of this cacophony of choices and distractions and untruths, unrealities. And as I began to just allow what I was seeing to be the truth of what I was being shown, everything started to meld and merge and slow down. And I started to understand that succession is about advancement, and we are in this beautiful time of advancing and moving into our ability to remain focused and congruent and congruently aligned with our trajectory out of the false matrix of illusion and limitation. And to begin to lock onto, to harmonize with, to believe the true matrix of connection and expansion, the true matrix of knowing that love is the only thing that is real. And so succession is about accumulation. Succession is about taking one step after the next, and the accumulation of choices that are more aligned with our true identity instead of falling asleep and believing the story that we were programmed to tell about ourselves and the world. So when we can stay aligned with and congruent and focused on our true identity and the truth that love is all that's real, and when we bring love to any situation, it literally transforms the experience. It literally elevates the experience into a newer, more rarefied, more aligned vibration of compassion, of love, of gentleness, of tenderness, of acceptance, of willingness to shift and change. It literally elevates us into a frequency harmonizing us with the true matrix. And I love Max Planck's work with the matrix and understanding that matrix simply means that there is a connective force that holds matter together. And that force is a consciousness. It is a mind. It is the divine mind. And we are an aspect of the divine mind. And so aligning your intelligence, your wisdom, your consciousness, your true identity with that knowing, with the knowing of there is a true matrix, and the glue that holds it together, the fascia of the matrix, is love, is acceptance, is gentleness, is compassion, is tenderness, is understanding that there is a divine design, and that my well-being, my illumination, my expansion, and my true identity is part of that matrix. It's part of the divine mind. It's part of the divine design. This is the wisdom of the sages. This is the wisdom of all of the wisdom traditions. If you release all of the dogma and all of the patriarchal BS that's been interjected into the wisdom traditions, into the Christ consciousness, into the Quran, into the Tao, into all of the wisdom traditions, and there are so many more that I didn't mention, but I'm including them all. And that is that love is the matrix that holds consciousness together. And when we focus on that, and when we choose to believe that that is who we are, and that is what we are moving towards and back into identification as, then the literally the matrix, the consciousness, the view, what we're creating begins to transform and align with that consciousness, align with that truth. And so there are a few strategies that I want to share with all of us to work with this choice of, am I going to focus on the scatteredness that appears to be so real here on the planet, or am I going to move into harmonizing with this beautiful frequency of succession, of taking each step and focusing on and making the choice to be aligned with the true matrix? Or am I going to allow this false matrix that we've been kind of inculcated into and trapped in to guide my what I choose to believe and perceive, my perceptions of the world? We can either choose to focus on the perception of love, or we can choose to focus on the perception of lack and limitation. And so the strategy that is really being offered to us, because let's make no bones about it, it's really intense. The energies are so powerful and so strong and so oppositional on the planet right now. We are really required to choose to focus on what it is we want to create. So unwavering focus, and then being gentle with ourselves when we lose that focus, because it's so easy to slide back into the false matrix where we're so comfortable. And we're so familiar with it. Remember that we are magnetic beings, that our energy fields are magnetic toroidal fields, and we can either be in coherence or in non-coherence. We can be out of alignment or in alignment. And so choosing to be focused, choosing to dismiss all distraction with a heart-convicted no. I am no longer willing to be distracted from my true path, from my true identity, from what is actually real and trustworthy and congruent. So this is about blending. We're in this process. We've been in this process, and some of us have been working on this for a really long time. So wherever you are in this process is beautiful. If you're just waking up, you're just beginning, and you're like, oh my God, there's something else that's more real than this system that we've been living under and in and creating for so long. There's something else. So wherever you are this was the guide's most beautiful drop-in, was this knowing. You are blending with your true self. That is the work that we're doing right now. You are blending with your true identity. And this can feel discombobulating. It can feel scary at times. It can feel move us into a lot of uncertainty. And we as humans are not very good in uncertainty. We like to know that that things succeed, that what we're doing is going to be successful, whether it's good for us or not. And so we have to move into this blending with your true self, allowing for the illumination of the false identity to become apparent. So I want to say that again. Allowing for the illumination of our false identities to become apparent to us. So we can reference this by thinking about being the observer and hearing our mind or seeing our actions, but not identifying with them, not actually being so asleep that we aren't aware of what our mind is chatting on about incessantly, of being aware of our actions before we take them. And when we allow for the illumination of our false identity, meaning the identity that we were trained and programmed to believe about ourselves, that are not true, that simply are not true about ourselves and the world, and then seeing beyond the identification as the limited self, as the one who doesn't believe that they deserve to fill in the blank, as the one that believes that that we have to people please in order to get our needs met. All of the ways that we've been trained to feel limited, to feel unworthy, to feel unsure, to feel afraid. All of those ways are what I'm referring to as the limited self or the ego identity. And then really asking, what else is true about me and my true nature? So when we identify that we're calling ourselves out, we're calling out, oh, I believe XYZ, all of these limited beliefs. Well, then to drop into this gentleness and this huge amount of compassion for ourselves, and to ask, what else is true about me and my nature? Who am I really? And then really accepting what the mystics and sages have been saying is that the only thing that is real is love. So that means that I am love, that I'm not a bad person, that I'm not without gifts and abilities and talents, that I don't have to stay in this 9 to 5 when what I really want to do is break out and become a creator. that I want to follow that childhood dream that I was told that I wasn't really good at, and I should just get, I should become realistic and deal with the facts of the matter, right? And so the love and encouragement that is here for us to work with this transition that we're in, this massive deconstruction and reconstruction that we're in. I believe the guides were talking about that a few frequency intels ago. There was the deconstruction and reconstruction, reorchestration back into our true identities, is to recognize that the more you awaken, the more that the old version of you is going to try to remain relevant. So that's where we get into a little bit of a tussle inside. And we have to really, really find our courage and our strength and our conviction to say, I don't care what it takes. I am going to wake up and be reabsorbed back into the true matrix of love, and know that everything that holds the molecules of me in place is love. And that everything about me, including my shadow, including my darkness, including my all of the ways that I believe that I'm not enough, are part of me, and I can love them back into wholeness. And so with love and tenderness, we can loosen the grip of the old identity and allow it to dissolve, allow it to relax, allow our old identity to actually begin to also question what is actually real, what is actually true about me. I am actually good. I am actually holy. I am actually wholesome. I am actually tender. I'm actually the beloved. I am actually a piece of love that is a part of totality. And I'm here exploring what it is I choose to create, and the divinity within me to allow myself to be a channel for the muse, for the creator to play through me and create more love, create more experiences where I just stand in awe and I'm in such gratitude that I literally dissolve into oneness. And as we are doing this work to dissolve the old identity of self and the limited beliefs and constructs that we were programmed to believe are true, and move into the true identity that we are powerful beyond measure, then we can, when we approach dissolving the false identity with malice or aggression, we need to recognize that we're in the false matrix. When we approach dissolving this work of dissolving the false identity and stepping out of the false matrix with any malice or aggression, we're in the false matrix. And just to be really gentle with ourselves and say, oh wow, that's how I was trained to treat myself. That's how I was trained to believe and to approach life. And we can choose to drop into love and tenderness, and it literally allows the grip of that old self to loosen and soften and not be afraid. And it literally, when we approach ourselves with gentleness and tenderness and compassion, we literally dissolve fear out of our minds. That's a big statement. And that's a really important understanding and awareness that just dropped in. And this is the beautiful consciousness of Ra that I've been working with. And can you feel the love that just dropped into this frequency intel? Sense into that that frequency of love, of compassion, of tenderness, of gentleness, to say, oh, no, sweetheart, I am valuable. I have something of value to contribute, and I am needed here on the planet, and it's safe for me to be here. We're literally, when we're compassionate and gentle with ourselves, we're literally dissolving the frequency of illusory fear, of domination and control paradigms out of our minds, out of the neural pathways of our brains, out of the cells and the stem cells and the mitochondria. We're literally clearing it out of our DNA and our lineages. We're clearing fear off of the planet. So that is it. That's the encapsulation of what we're being invited into and how we can work with the frequencies that are here on the planet this week. And to be really clear, when you choose to shift from the ego identity to the true self, just being that's the succession. That's the focus. And taking each step with that as the crystallizing force, the compass inside of us, is that I am here to dissolve the false matrix out of my holographic field and the strands of my timelines of my soul's trajectory here in this universe, in the multiverse. We're going beyond the earth with this frequency intel, with this channeled information, and into the matrix of all it is, into the true matrix. And so that's my invitation for you this week. And I just want to move into the gentleness and softness of the consciousness of Ra, of the law of one. And just to take a minute, if you're here with me live, to lower or close your eyes and to place your hands on your heart and to activate that beautiful double-ended four-sided diamond in the center of your body, and to see the light that is pulsating, that is vibrating, that's flooding your field with the consciousness of love, with the consciousness of unbridled, unconditioned compassion. And breathe that into every cell, every molecule, every peptide, every particle, every wave of your energy field, and allow it to take up residence in your mind, as this is the only truth there is that I am love, and that I choose to create from the frequency of love and take each successive step with laser focused clarity that I am walking out of the false matrix and into the true matrix and creating more love. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me for this frequency intel, and for tuning in, and for really choosing to use your voice to speak up and speak out and be heard. Your voice is so needed here on the planet right now. What you have to say is important. And I want to invite you to continue to speak up and to continue to dissolve the illusory fear out of your mind that it's not safe to be heard or seen or received, or to know that I am love. And to spread that love into your circles, into your communities, into the world, and to step into the power of one. So I will be connecting in and sharing another frequency intel next Sunday, and I will also be uploading this to my YouTube channel, and also to just drop in a little teaser that I have been creating a beautiful self-healing course to help us all step into the fifth dimensional matrix, the true matrix. And this course was incredibly beautifully channeled, and I got to experience the healing frequencies that are embedded in the course. And so I am in the process of putting this into the world, and once that is ready to launch out into the world, please make sure that you're on my email list. You can do that by going to kimpenslight.com and just signing up for the for my mailing list, so that you're notified when this course becomes available. And I want to send you a giant, beautiful, compassionate hug. It is not easy walking through all that we're walking through, and to remember that you are not alone, and you are so loved, loved beyond measure, supported beyond measure, and it's safe to be here on earth at this time. Much love, and I'll see you next week on the Frequency Intel.